say, this show is designed for young people, specifically people wading into different a range of interest. But for this week and for this month, for this month, we say we do focus on entrepreneurship. Um, this show is brought to you by Epic Radio 99.3 FM in collaboration with Moko Sulaiman Bangura. Today, we get a special show for you. Wonderful show. No, say you don't enjoy the last two shows then. So we talk about everything you need for know for start a business, and all you need for know for start a new business, how for grow business the second week, and today we can talk about why businesses fail. What thing they make business they fail, and I get a wonderful guest with me today for somebody we are consider a mentor, seasoned entrepreneur, my former boss. For help me for handle this topic today. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us. You will listen to Winner Radio. Thank you for joining us. You will watch Winner Facebook as well. Thank you for joining us. We'll take a short break and then come back and give it to get for you.
So only party will look down on me. Where don't make me feel like say the life no go become something. Yeah. And they walked away. All the people will promise for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping.
Yeah, so today, as I say, they can't talk about specifically why businesses in the field. So bear with me as I take you through the journey. That's how we start. What you need for start the business? What you need for know for start the business? We don't exhaustively talk about that day. We talk about how for grow this business. You don't start the business. How for grow the business. We don't talk about that as well last week. And I bring, people that we actually are called industry experts, where they do the work for help me for talk about that. So today, we can't talk about why business fail. Because sometimes, and I will tell you most of the time as an entrepreneur, they go into business expecting you to fail. Or they go into business say, I can't fail in this business. Or they even hope for failing to the business. But yes, it happens. And as I say, I get me guest today, a seasoned guest, where you can help me for talk about some of the reasons and why businesses they fail. And more so, it will tell you a little bit about himself. He will share your experience and, tell me about your journey as well in the service industry. Because as me last episodes, we focus more on the product industry, where we talk about product, what you see physically. But this is the service industry. This man is rendering a service. And, how it come about rendering a service, he will tell you about Dandy. Some of the challenges the way they face at the business, he will tell you Dandy. Some of impersonal decisions that we make. What I call them? Some of in guilty pleasures and we decide for let go of the sacrifices he is making for make sure say this business successful. Whoever can tell you all about it today. So today with me, I get an amazing guest, like I say. His name is Linford Roy Macauley. So I'll tell you a small thing about Linford Roy Macauley. He is the founder of ACS Sierra Leone Limited. So ACS stands for Another Customer Satisfied. He's a consultant and sales distribution expert. And ACS is a consulting firm dedicated to helping businesses thrive in the dynamic digital landscape. He leverages his expertise to deliver tailored solutions that propel organizations towards success. He has a solid background in sales and distribution, digital financial services, and agent network management. He specializes in developing go-to-market strategies that drive growth and foster sustainable business ecosystems. With a keen focus in below-the-line marketing and customer-centric approaches, he aims to create engaging experiences that resonates with target audience and drive tangible results. So Linford and I worked together. He was my boss when I was working for Airtel Sierra Leone. He was the head of sales, marketing, sales and distribution at the time, and he had this position when the market was rough, when the distribution wasn't bad. There was no infrastructure. He is part of the cog, the pillar, the foundation, the structure that set up this massive distribution channel that orange Sierra Leone is riding on right now. So today, please join me in welcoming Linford Roy Macauley. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for having me. It's my humble pleasure to be here, Mr. Moku.
Thank you so much, sir. So let's go straight into our topic without
Right.
wasting time. So, but first, I want people to get to know you, people to get to meet you virtually. So tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, as you've already mentioned, my name is Linford Roy Macauley. You've gone a little bit of my background, Sierra Leone background. I spent, born here in Sierra Leone, grew up here, went to uni, and then I left and went to the UK, and I spent about a couple of decades. But ever since I left Sierra Leone, my heart was in Sierra Leone. So much so that most of my vacations spent were those which I had to travel back to Sierra Leone. So I had the opportunity to come back around, I think it was 2011, I had the opportunity to come back to a job offer. And the job offer was to be the head of sales and distribution for Airtel. Incidentally, I had a date set for my return to Sierra Leone prior to this, which was somewhere in November 2012. And I had the opportunity in, I think, June 2011. So I took it. When you have a date set, you have a goal,
Yes.
things happen, and you recognize them as leverage points, and you take them. So I took the job, and it was advertised as national sales manager. But during the interview, I think they realized that direct sales was my forte, so I was offered the head of sales job.
Okay.
And did that for a couple of years. And another portfolio was added, which was head of Airtel Money. So I had these two portfolios to deal with, and it was big.
I know, I imagine. I was there.
Yes, yes, it was big. But there was a reason why I never said no to these opportunities, because if we can track back, I did say that I had a wish to come back to Sierra Leone, not to work, but to be an entrepreneur. Yes, I always had the drive to be an entrepreneur. I had dabbled in things since I was at uni, hustling, taxi, fuel,
I know.
and all those things, yes. So I just wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur. But then when you start working, and the downside of, the good side of having a job is you have an income.
Yes.
Yes, the downside of that job, especially if you have an ambition to be an entrepreneur, is they might keep on giving you pay rises.
Yes.
And then it sort of, stops you from moving out of your comfort zone.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, so like I said, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but in Sierra Leone it was specific, not in the UK, but in Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone,
Yes.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do, I didn't know. I had this job opportunity, sales and distribution, so I thought to myself, okay, I'm coming to do a master's in sales and distribution, and as it happened, I got asked to be the head of Airtel Money, and I was like, okay, digital financial services.
Yeah.
So if you join the two,
Yes.
it's sales and distribution of digital financial services.
Exactly.
So I put my mind, I put everything into the job because I knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur one day. I knew I was going to be there. The buck will stop with me one day.
Yeah.
So I ensured that I leveraged my C-suite, ecosystem by getting to know each and every facet of business as far as I could, and also by positioning myself to be more or less like I would say, a thought partner for distribution and digital financial services, because by then I had decided that this is something that I wanted to do. So moved into business by chance, actually. Yes, moved into business by chance, whereby we had to operate some kiosk, and I saw some opportunities in it. Maybe I had the advantage because having traveled due to work, having traveled around Africa due to work, I had seen in East Africa and in other places how the distribution of digital financial services, had evolved, especially when you look at the Kenya market itself, M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd seen how it evolved. And I looked at the ecosystem and I thought to myself, no, hang on a second, the players in this market, you have the banks, you have the mobile money operators,
Yes.
you have the regulators,
Yes.
you have tech, and you have customers, and then you have the distribution.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a
Short
no-brainer. Exactly. It was a no-brainer
Yeah.
for where I wanted to position myself, because I thought to myself, well, with tech, most people, when they look at the space, they run into tech.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but then one of the things that I found out, especially in Africa or sub-Saharan Africa, is the fact that with tech, there needs to be touch.
Yes.
We're not going to be Switzerland or Sweden, not in the next 20 years. We'll always need a physical distribution.
Absolutely.
So rather than say digital,
Yeah.
I would say phygital, which
I like
is
that.
physical.
Yes, I like that. like
Digital, physical distribution being empowered by digital means. Yeah. So I started off, and then I moved away from. Then it was in Orange. Yeah, I
Yes.
resigned from Orange,
Yeah.
and I decided to go into full time
Yeah.
into the master agent business.
Okay.
Whereby I had kiosk. I was an aggregator for Orange. I was focused on the Orange ecosystem itself, and then through my journey, I got into your horizon widens, and then you pick up some other products, you put down other products. You just test things, and that's what was happening.
Thank you. To summarize what you just said, eloquently, let me just pick it apart a bit. So you mentioned, you had this intentional thing in your mind. I want to be an entrepreneur.
Sure.
It's something where you determined. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like you just grab number and go embrace them. It's something where you say, this is the life I want, because it's a very challenging path in life.
Yeah.
But you were intentional about it.
Sure.
The power of manifestation.
Sure.
Because once you intentional, you say it.
Yeah.
The next thing is everything starts falling into places.
Sure.
And then when you had that opportunity can't work for Airtel,
Yeah.
I don't believe in coincidence in life.
Yeah.
I think it was designed.
Yeah.
It was destined.
Yeah.
So that path can make you amass and garner all that experiences.
Exactly.
Now you use your knowledge,
Yeah.
because that's what most people think. People think when we say business, most people just think, say, physical product where they see, where they buy and sell.
Yeah.
But you are in the service industry,
Right.
and you're using your experience
Yeah.
for provide service to, we don't put into the FinTech space by
Sure.
building, the FinTech,
Yeah.
in the FinTech space. So I want to make it clear. So what you're actually doing is using your talent, your
Yeah.
skills and competencies, making money with that,
Yeah.
which is something where I think we as young people do, for use with skills and try for use and for make money. That's something we don't know. The young people really not sabi how for use that. And that's what's called consulting. And you decide you package all this your knowledge and put them in a way, and then you sell them out to people. So that's just to summarize,
Sure.
which you don't eloquently put in. So I don't know if you want to add anything to that before we go straight into why businesses fail in Sierra Leone.
No, let's
go straight.
go straight.
So, because you have been in this business for quite a while. You've been doing this business, ACS, you've been grinding.
Yeah.
You see the environment. You
Yeah.
have partners, you have competition, you have people you work with. In this environment, in the SL context, to be specific, why you feel say businesses they fail?
Can I just give a little bit of a background
Yes.
on preparation?
Yeah.
Because maybe feel say I prepare. Feel say I prepare,
Yeah.
and I go to another area regarding the failure. So in terms of my preparation, I look at skills, knowledge, experience, and behavior where needed for being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So the skills, the knowledge, there's certain things then we are do, right, in terms of management course.
Yeah, okay.
The skills ensure say the job now England what they do.
Yeah.
The core skills of that job day, right, now being decision making. Because I be identified decision making as a gap. And that particular job day, if you make wrong decision at times, then they pull you come out to each year, then go lock you up for manslaughter.
Wow.
Yes. so that was a line controller for London Underground, and the manslaughter business now. If you get like quantum, there was a bombing on the tube, right? So I guess they believe it. The world, and I've been there on shift, and you can get for switch direct for make them switch the current electricity off.
Oh, okay.
If you go switch off the wrong side, somebody go there, you don't kill person.
So you know for wake up on the wrong side of the bed,
No.
county issues.
No,
for
no.
make any errors.
No.
No room for.
No room for errors. But I recognize that day as a core competence skill I need. So I did that for 7 years, not because I love the job, but because I've been nostalgic for being an entrepreneur, and decision making as an entrepreneur is paramount.
Wow.
So even that, when I did left Orange, right, for go full time into entrepreneurism, actually we don't read quite a lot about entrepreneurs them, and most of the entrepreneurs they were read about, right, then they exhaust all the money. All the money. Richard Branson, right, was almost bankrupt.
Yeah.
Most of the people they read about went through that stage. So I said to myself, this is not happening to me.
Yeah,
I said, this is not happening to me. So I get a plan A, plan B, and plan C. I amassed some savings where when I left work, the first 3 months of, being at work or leaving work for go full time into the business, right, my savings done. We have been on projects for 2 years. It done inside 3 months.
Wow.
Yes. So in terms of waiting to make a business fail, at times that the entrepreneur himself in optimism, right? So optimism. So especially if you not get somebody where they pull you back, and actually do figures for you and say, no, you don't budget standing, but you don't think about this, you don't think about that, you don't think about that. You get that. I was not quite so youthful, but exuberance about,
yes.
The
feel-good factor.
The feel-good factor, yes. I can't do this now. I don't, 3 months, it go down. Plan B. What was plan B in my case? Plan B was Mills England for liquidator.
Wow.
I did. Put her inside the business.
Big risk.
It was a big risk. But think about this. I don't plan for this for, quite a long time in my life. So put her inside the business, right? Disappear. Theft. One of the reasons they were business they fail.
Wow.
Theft from in-house, theft from outside, especially like business like we own. We involve physical cash, the movement of physical cash, I was like, okay, so now let me become very vigilant, with this situation here, and then what happened? We get some social issues then we happen where the country can lock down for some time.
Social unrest.
Yes, unrest. And guess what? Your business transactional.
Yes.
If people they not come, then do the transaction, they get revenue.
No.
Then they wake up to, they wake up to MBA by force. You're like, wow.
I can imagine.
They wake up to Danny by force. And then, okay, maybe things then begin to go right for you. Then you see some revenue line where you want for explore. You're like, man, you see other areas then, because you keep on building, you never stop, you keep on building. You see areas that we keep for leverage structures the way you don't build, and then you need money for do that.
Investment.
And you don't exhaust your plan A and plan B.
Wow.
So you start thinking, you need other people's money. Yeah? You turn you to the bank say, who are you?
Yeah. I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. you know.
Yeah.
Say, me I been on the talk, say, the last thing I go like for, I go like for O Bank, but for O Motor Man, like me, you know, I'm not too waiting. But then you're now forced to do certain things.
Yeah.
And then you put your money into it, or other people's money into it.
Mm.
And then, because now a novel area, the controls them,
Yeah.
now you self get for designer, right? Yes. And then, because you see, access to finance, now one big reason why make business can fail. Because when you get access to finance, there's certain key things that we can for do, right? Moku. One of the things that we can for do now for higher competent staff.
Agreed.
So you hit the ground running. So when you not get that access to finance and you the bootleg, what do you have to do? You get to be very smart in sourcing out smart people in from the uni. But then there's that gap, you know, where you get to train them. So up to the point where they train them, guess what suffers? Your business. You know, and then some of them you train, and then what do? They go further. You know, and you can't blame them. Me, you know, like we may talk earlier on, I say, I think I'm a very positive guy. I just look and say, well, you know what? It's an extension of me in another organization. So fair enough. You know, right? And then you there are times you efficiency, staff efficiency. Yes. Interestingly, you know, myself, I get some mentors them. One of them met me mentor them in business. We actually always talk to. I can even take and go Gigi Bonta for ice cream.
Okay.
You can say I know what you do up to. Right now, Dr. Brian Compton.
Okay.
So when I'm in the talk to Dr. Compton about this, right, it's nice efficiency. He say you go see somebody can Congo sana the business and then all things turn over and then get for stick to Dande and talk about Dande. And I was like, are you a fly on the wall on my business? Because I just go through a course of that.
Yes,
you know? And these are things where, as time they go on, right, you know, it happens. Your business is not working. And then at the end of the day, guess what? Would I get for pick up payroll?
Yeah.
Now you get for pick up payroll.
Yeah.
You know? So I think say in these three, I don't highlight inefficiency, you know?
I think you highlighted even more than three.
I need?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
like,
if I can go over them, like skills, knowledge, and experience.
Yeah.
That lack of that can make that business fail.
Sure.
And most of the time, people go into business is expecting that they understand these skills, they have these skills. That's the mistake most people make. We think because we start with business, we sabi everything, forgetting that you need people with sabi tiwe no sabi. Like for instance, you can be very good strategically. You can be very good in designing the business strategy, but you're not good with the financials. So you need somebody who understands financial accounting and cost accounting for come tell you say, no overplan. You are be careful with this budget. We are actually going over our budget. You know, somebody will understand the books. We're interested in looking at the books. You need a data analyst where they look at the market trends and say, you know what, go into this. Let's go into this. Stop doing this. Stop. You need skills and expertise. So that's, you know, we sum them up to management side. Decision making. That can be something very critical. They don't teach us in school actually. But decision making is very pivotal in making your business successful. Because there are times when you will make a decision that goes against your emotional fiber.
Exactly.
And you know, sleep well, you go to turn a bit, but you have to make that decision. And not to everybody get a gut safe and make such decisions. So it's very critical. Also, reading and learning from experts. You talk about reading books and talking about Richard Branson, the CEO and owner of Virgin, you know. Because when you read those books, when you learn, you equip yourself, you learn yourself not for do the things that we didn't do. Because they have done it, they failed. And they for them, they get up again. And also optimism. Be optimistic, but at the same time, watch the forecast. Let the figures tell you
the story.
Not to optimism from out of the blues, but let the figures speak for you. And, you know, and then theft from inside and outside. Don't not forget that. That's quite critical. I'm telling you. You have to forget people the way trustworthy these days. You see someone in face, you can't smile to you. I want this job. You put on there, you begin see money. Someone have strong values. So how do you determine somebody with a strong value? Say, if I can't put her in charge of this, for being responsible for all these finances, all this money, and no go tifam. That's something you don't see. And that's very, very challenging. From within, and also from outside, because also you get to protect your resources outside. And also you talk about social unrest, design control, access to finance and high competent staff. We'll talk about staff efficiency. We talked about this earlier. Staff, most people would rather they're on their phone to play around. Most people know they actually do the work. Some might be on social media. Some might say, I know I tell this work, they complain. But you actually get something for do for the day. You rather left farming, you know. So they are not efficient and they kill the business, slow the business down. So, you know, having a mentor is very critical. You speak about your mentor, Dr. Conton. Where most people feel, say, having a mentor, we get a mindset, I just speak small. So people get a mindset, say, when they get a mentor, this mentor ain't for the whole thing for them.
No. Nope.
This mentor, now for take care of them, all their family affairs.
Nope.
And that's something we need to redefine. Say, mentor is there for you for consult.
Yeah.
And then ask her what's in your opinion. Not to let go do the work for you.
Exactly.
Not to let go actually, you know, make these decisions for you.
Exactly.
You're just a consultant, make it give in your expert ideas.
Yeah.
So you get a mentor, and it's very critical that every businessman get their own mentor.
Yeah.
You know, so I write them down, and this is very, 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 very enriching. Okay, so in addition, my next question, well, it's the opposite. Well, maybe you will add one or two things in. What do you think make businesses successful?
As you say, it's the opposite.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you get anything from AJ or?
Well,
you know?
So there are certain things we I can add, right? We I don't notice in Sierra Leone, you know. So we all know, say, Africa, typical businessman, rent.
Yes.
You know, in terms of wherever it is, contracts, you whatever you take this, that, and that. We know the game.
Yeah.
But in Sierra Leone, waiting on a warming heart, the entrepreneurial environment we don't grow. And this environment here, they focus more on delivering value. You know, they in a natal stage at the moment, they focus on delivering value rather than, you know, this renting thing, you know, we prevalent or we Africa known for. And that surely would contribute to success in business when it mature. Because when you look at other hemisphere in the world, right, other areas in the world, you see the private sector, outside the private sector, well developed, right, it lead to generic, you know, development for the country of itself. Yes. So we get for change this scenario where governments are the biggest employer na the country. It is good, but we as private sector people that will get for change and the only way we give for change or one of the ways that we give for change now we get young brains, then they think, say, okay, how can I deliver value? In Sierra Leone there are myriads of problems where if you could lend your head to, you can offer proper solutions them. But as an entrepreneur, I get for be an economically viable solution for make it be sustainable and continue. You know, people like you say, you too like profits, but if you not profits, how they continue? You understand? You they die, and when you don't die now, they say, look, I'm not serious. But anyway, so yes, these are some of the yes.
So my follow-up question to that. Well, if you just join me, you listen to Talk to M, when you weekly show. We talk about entrepreneurship, why businesses fail, brought to you by Epic Radio 99.3, and me now you host, Mulku Sulaiman Bangora, and I get with me today, Linford Macauley, who is the CEO and founder of Another Customer Satisfies, ACS. So today we'll talk about, why businesses fail, and also a little bit about the service industry. So you can join in also in the conversation. You can send me SMS, or you can call me on 079-994-993. So you can call and ask your question, or if you get concerns, or you just want, mention, maybe send a good message for me or for the guests as well. So you can call in right now, 079-994-993, as we progress in this conversation. So thank you for joining us. So my next question to you, you are in the service industry.
Yeah.
Predominantly. You don't speak to some of these challenges. How different it is between the service industry and the product industry? Because these are two different things.
Right.
Yes. So how different it is, providing specifically, predominantly the service, and then somebody will come buy something, physical goods, the film.
Okay.
What's not the ultimate difference in you?
So, examining the difference, we go look at waiting a service industry and
Yes.
waiting a product
Yes.
industry, and the word tangible,
Yeah.
na the key defining word.
Yes.
Because with a product industry, you're dealing with a tangible product, something that you can hold, can be sold,
Yeah.
and need inventory, can be stored,
Yeah.
right? With a service industry, they deal with an intangible product.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily something that you can hold on to.
Yeah.
It's more or less your ideas,
Yeah.
and whatever it is that you lend out,
Yeah.
So that is the key difference with the service industry. Like some examples of service industries, like the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
the professional industry, of which consulting now one, legal now another one, and also you're looking at things like hospitality,
Yeah.
healthcare. These are all service industries,
Yeah.
and they're also different, little, I would say, differences that you can focus on, in terms of.
Yeah.
I don't talk in terms of tangible,
Yeah.
tangibility. In terms of production and consumption, right? With the product industry, right? The products not necessarily they be consumed, outside the producer.
Yes.
But with the service industry, most times outside the producer, that they be
Instant.
instant consumptions.
Yeah.
Also in terms of quality assessments, for you for assess a service, for you for assess, I would say, outputs of a service industry, it's normally objective.
Yeah.
Right, but with a product that's a defined product, you can get metrics attached to them, so you get more defined quality assessment, customer interactions as well.
Yeah.
Customer with a product industry, customer they're not they necessarily interact with who that they provide the product. Right? Like you can buy something at Amazon, they interact with them,
Yeah, of
with
course.
anybody the one we provide, yes. But with the service industry, as in a lawyer or whatever, your interaction is more intimate. Inventory management, I talk about inventory management, not again at the good side of the service industry, you don't get inventory for manage. So they not get thief for thief you, as in a product, where you get inventory, from manage. Pricing strategies as well.
Okay.
Product industry, it's simpler for set up a pricing strategy based on cost of the product and then markup, etc. With the service industry, it's more dynamic. In the way you set out you price these hourly rates for consultants and various things there, and then also back the market or marketing dynamics as well. With service industry, word of mouth go far, go a very, very long way. Whereas with the product industry, you get to do above the line, it lend itself more to above the line marketing, and so these are some of the differences between both.
Thank you so much. The reason why I actually asked that question for create a distinction, from your young, from your viewers and your audience, I want to let them understand the difference. Say, if you're not getting money for go China and buy, or go buy so Guinea store, or go buy bulk. But you get an idea, you get an experience, and you can provide a service, you can provide something. You can still start your business. You can still start a service business and focus on the service industry and still make money. You're still an entrepreneur, and you will still succeed in doing that. So I just want to create that distinction there. My viewers and listeners get an understanding of, say, okay, this is what I can do.
Right.
So you start for Speak to them. This is going to be the perfect segue into my next question. How were you able to transform your wealth of experience into a business? We talk something, we'll begin to talk about it, but just about it expand more and more. How are you able for, because you say as fate could have it, you just come into the S&D, sales and distribution.
Right.
And then FinTech kind side, Airtel Money at the time.
Right.
And then, but all these experience, you have it. You cannot just sit on it.
No.
You decide to do everything. Now you use this and design a way for make money in terms of consulting. So how are you able put ideas into paper and then into a building and then providing the service.
Okay. So at this point, might I just say ACS,
Yes.
right? We describe ourselves as a sales, distribution, and marketing, more below the line marketing agency.
Okay.
And we offer products in two segments,
Yeah.
consulting,
Yes.
and also we get an agents network where they take the products and services of we partners them
Okay.
to the final customer using the agents network.
Okay.
So now two
Yes. Okay.
divisions
Two,
them,
so
yes.
perfect.
So with the consulting side, so we started off with the agents network management side,
Okay.
and then I realized that hang on a second, there were organizations we go benefit from the knowledge of doing something. But I'll tell you something, Moku, something not be sit right with me. Waiting not be sit right with me, now that normal consultation where you come, you write something, you draw something, and then you say, una go do am, Me personally not be I not be see value in them, right? So I coined up something called in-plant consulting.
Interesting.
So in-plant consulting is when you design the framework. So for instance, I've been I start off with one organization, one telecommunication organization, where they want for explode their mobile money units, and then they not get a distribution, So I start off with that. We are going. I design the distribution framework for them, but then I work in the level of a distribution, manager for a while. I do knowledge transfer, and then we hire a distribution manager, and then I exit.
Oh.
Yes. So for
Perfect
me,
handing over.
Yeah. For me, that sort of consulting, I feel it's not only about the money; it's about achieving something and knowledge transfer. And that's the same thing that we did in the Gambia. It's the same thing that we did in the Gambia, where in the Gambia, same thing, mobile money, operator, then be one for so with we agents network, we don't define a liquidity management process. Yes, because we defined that process there because we had to.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So I was called to go and do something unrelated, some brand ambassador setting up and whatever it is. And then I showed them the process of liquidity management. And then they decided to bring their liquidity management in-house for test the process.
Okay.
So I was hired as a consultant, and I took a couple of my staff from my own establishment, Go Gambia. They work in the company itself. So we did a year and a half, and I felt sated that I contribute value, not only out of the experience where I done Ghana, right, but work alongside the client, and then do knowledge transfer and then move out,
Feel accomplished.
Yes, I feel like, I did. That's the correct word. I felt accomplished. So for me, that is consulting.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I like the implant consulting because you also, it's like, so you are the product.
Yeah.
Even though you're providing a service, but you are the product. You want to ensure, say, when you come out when you left, you are leaving something behind. You are leaving your minimi behind, your work behind, and your work represents you.
Yeah.
So when you come out, at least the company feel the effect of what you do. And I mean, they can call you back, say, can't do other things, or they can fire you because you need the referral as well. So that's a very great, that's an amazing approach. Me said I'll learn something today. So, as we progress, so family, don't forget you can call and ask questions or comments on the on this show. The number is 079994993. You listen to Talk to Him on Epic Radio 99.3. So my next question: what are some of the personal goals where you set for yourself, and how you would discipline yourself? Some of the sacrifices you made, for put aside your guilty pleasures, for put aside for being quite disciplined, because this is not a route anybody can just take. There were things you decided to sacrifice. please speak to them. We go, if I'm going to look for you and learn from, you know.
Okay, so before I returned back to the salon, I had a friend, Femi Pama. We all, most people that were there, but they want to come back salon. Salon are like, Mama, it's either you love it or you don't, you know. And we be there on the side, we love him, you know. And he was speaking, he said to me something which was very profound. He said, go like for life, a legacy, you know, na salon. And for me, obviously I knew the word, etc., but the context of which it was being said was alien to me. So I probed more. And then one of the things that I do, I listen to people and I benchmark, I take in, and when I say, okay, this legacy thing, I would love it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I thought to myself, what would be the legacy? And I thought, well, most of me holiday in a salon, I see quite clever, amazing young Sierra Leoneans. Amazing young Sierra Leoneans, I'm telling you, right? But guess what? The opportunity, the mentorship, the coaching, it not been there. So, my job now Airtel give me that opportunity there for you know say Airtel now we may bring the average age up, but now be young people then they
young,
very young, and you know, so I interact, I gel. I was like, I remember them, they call me office, you know, they get one whiteboard and they call them thinkers board, you know, I gelled and they tell me, guys, then I say, you know what, you guys, like for Airtel Money, they tell them, say, una not know something, una not understand something. You, when are the marketing manager, now you are the only marketing manager in a salon for mobile money, right? It is big. You guys are on the cusp of something great. Take and serious. I mean, them they sleep now meals and all. For me, we develop, you know, Airtel Money. That was happening, you know. But the mentorship was there. I was able to do it with. Socially as well, I was able to do it, you know, mix with some club them, and then when we get there, you know, say with sales and distribution and Airtel Money, you get a lot of casual work. So it was an opportunity for employed people. Them, you know, the ones that are serious will grab the opportunity. Like there's a young lady who've been coming as a brand ambassador, right now. That lady there, a qualified lawyer.
Oh, wow.
And they work one of the company them as a legal, you know. So I see the growth of these people, you know. So that was one of the driving for me with ACS. Yes, with ACS, it's now my own vehicle. But the downside now, if you're not happy, now my own personal sacrifice, you know, we bring me into personal sacrifice. It's not personal; it's also family sacrifice as well.
Of course.
Like I can normally say, as an employer or employee, right, financially probably was way better off. And for the reason that after every 25, you know, say we alert skin or ring and you know, but as an employer, no, something that you last go yes, you last they go pay, or if they pay you at all, you know. So these are the sacrifices that you have to make. Being employed, yes, sometimes you go change your car every 2 years, but being in business, you business now like small picking. The amount of money that it takes, it's unbelievable, you know. And also when things go bad as well, you get for knuckle down. And also not forget the sacrifice, the personal sacrifice. Perhaps you now your own vision, but perhaps not to your spouse in vision. So you go they expect say, well, why make you not go come on board? But perhaps not to your own, and it's unfair, really.
That's exactly the next question, actually.
Okay.
How are you able to sell that vision? Because when you decide to go on that journey, I mean, things they get for suffer. People will suffer. The house will not be the same. So how you go about like communicating that vision? Because if the wife not agree, the beginners are not there on board. That business is successful. Because we go to can twist face, complain, grumble. So, you know, how we get them for like explain to them, say this is where we're headed, and these are the sacrifices we're going to make.
It's a huge challenge, I can tell you, especially if you come out from a relatively comfort zone, as I was director in a very big company. Left, they say, and they go manage kiosks because that's what people saw at the moment, you know. And some people then say, me village people, then they after me, you know. He left, good job, they go, you know, and you know, and then, but what matters really is the family. So you try to sell your vision your spouse. And in Sierra Leone, then my kids were very, very young, so probably not get say in the matter. But then what happens is, as you know, when they talk something, and then when the thing they manifest itself, two different things.
True.
So, the people that around you, they begin to say, okay,
Yeah.
so now this.
Yes.
So now Dande, I never knew,
Yeah.
I'll give you a typical example. What you probably don't know is I'm in real estate.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
In the sense that
Okay.
I do furnished rentals, I do furnished rentals. I also manage properties for select people,
Okay.
not a lot of people,
Okay. Okay.
And I remember one estate where I see, because this is something I took from the UK, I be don't,
Okay.
yes, I be don't, like buy us like how they buy in the UK, rip and down, do and back again and sell them. So I thought to myself, this thing can happen in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And I don't see other groups of people them,
They do the
na
same.
salon, they do the same. So after church, we can drive around, I found this building, old building.
Okay.
I still get the pictures of me where for him they look at this building and she was not happy with the decision. Why you for go put your hand per old house? Because the thinking is new buildings, you go build. No, so but I look this old building and I thought to myself, I think you can renovate them and then you can put them for rent, furnished rentals. So that's what I did and that's what I accomplished, But it was, after it don't come to, I will show you the pictures there one day.
Okay.
After the transformation, though, it was like, okay, so that's what you're doing. You understand? And also with me business back as well, most people they not be know what they do and how they go. But it was good, it was intentional.
Yes.
Because then what happens is you have in your own space, you have few competitors,
Yes.
in your own space. So later on, I remember they explained to a top official at the bank, say, this is what we're doing actually. And I was like, okay, but this aligned to what they do. I say, yes. He said, why make I said, because, when you're growing, you are, especially when they go bootleg, you self your own finances and you're susceptible
So
to.
this is not the bank where you can get small loan from as well.
Also, and this?
Okay.
No, if I be answer the question, if I just reveal
Okay.
so I plead the fifth on this.
Okay.
Yeah, So but then it was, but then now been the right time for make an know. So these are the challenges.
Yeah, I mean, valid. I mean, it's quite telling, and I'm sure these are valuable insight into some of the challenges we entrepreneurs for expect when they go into doing business. Because sometimes we can get the notion, say, once I tell my partner say I go into business, you understand,
No.
And I always can say, so not all man actually cut out for business.
Yeah.
So find what you're capable of doing, and just focus there. Because that journey is a journey you cannot go alone. If you get a partner, everybody for the with you.
So okay, so waiting, one of the things that really help right now, because my spouse, not the general manager.
Awesome.
So now by being the general manager, he understand waiting they happen.
Yes.
So it makes things a little bit. Although in for all man, they look the business and choose the area. Yes, the area of where you and that's fine. You understand, but at least there's a broad understanding.
Yes.
Okay, like during this holiday, it was interesting. Like this holiday, now I know say a lot of people there because we get. There's a contract we'll get to, we get to go meet merchants them and recruit them. And most people that when they go to, then we don't go holiday. And then I remember say, we two picking them, now we all the karaoke. Then they now room. So then Nanette, now we all the troop go back because the us and the office like they had the linear, And it's interesting we all man can tire so where they work can go the house. But then you think to yourself, because we know that there's certain groups of people from where them picking small, then they teach them.
Yes.
Then they teach them the business.
Absolutely.
From where they're small, then they teach them. Now, some people then go say, child labor and whatever it is. But me, I contribute to that day. Although my daughter try for make, she's 8, I try for make it get a holiday job,
Yeah.
you know. And the first question you ask now, almost $1,000. I say, you see the YouTube age there.
I know,
you know.
But that's what's happening in the US and other parts of the world right now. You know, people they actually employ them, put them on an 8 hours job.
Yeah.
Especially when taxes reach for tell, you know, the IRS for telling say I employ me Pekin and so that for the tax returns. IRS they get that money back. It's happening all over, you know, in the US and UK and everywhere else. So it's not a new thing. Actually, it's good for let you expose you Pekin to their environment and because they learn by seeing, they learn by feeling, and learn by experience. You know, whoever forget that environment and it will make sense to them over time. So it's a very good thing for make Pekin get that experience. So, well, we almost come to the close of this interview. We get 9 more minutes. So I go allow you for tell we specifically within where you don't talk about ACS, of course. Just tell we, you know, sell ACS to family, ACS to family. You know, which one they do sound a day, how they can contact una, so that at least family will know what they need your service for. And which una really sabi for do, and how for each una, and then we will give the summary of all what we don't discuss, and then we will end.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for this. So, like I say, we in an agency, sales, anything for do with sales, distribution, and marketing. We choose for be specialized in below the line marketing. You know, agency, anything for do with that day. But they offer services, you know, through consulting arm and through the agents network arm. With the consulting, they do business process development, you know, going to companies, especially in the areas of sales and distribution, you know, and sort of increase their capacity. We also do training as well, capacity training. We do customer service training. We do sales training. We do consultative sales. The various capacity building. Right? We do outsourcing as well. Like companies then can outsource their sales and distribution to we, and we take up their mantra and then quota, you know, and then target quota and work with them. We do actually because we get so much interactions that the industry, we also they do specialized recruitment.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So for instance, if you need anything employee for do with distribution, right? We get contacts within the industry. We're okay before bring to you. We've done that successfully, right? There's a company where now we find the country manager. And so that's on the consulting side. On the agent network management side, we've built an agent network, right? A network of agents we consist of, currently we're at 46 kiosks, and we have quite a number of independent agents as well. We own points them as well. And what we do is it is also branded.
Okay.
It is branded ACS Pay Points. Yes. So all we agents, we call them ACS Pay Points. And simply, if you have a product or service that you wish to get that to your customer, we're there. We're there to help you. So we create last mile solutions. Yes, last mile solutions. So this is pretty much what we do. So, and any other ad hoc services, we surround the sales, distribution, and below the line marketing. We able for sit down the table, you know, have a talk and walk away forward.
Okay. Thank you so much. I mean, this is very comprehensive. Well, it's because I say kiosks. So I mean, what I think you mentioned, where you mentioned say, you know, provide last mile solutions. So whatever it is, you get FinTech. Whatever it is, whether product self, whether where that kiosk is there, and you know, any business can hide on them. And it's important for make people understand the essence of S&D and sales and distribution. Because if you get you whatever it is you get, you have to distribute it to the people.
Sure.
You have to get it to the people.
Sure.
And so what you to do is, you know what, I can take this stress away from you.
Yeah.
give me this product or this service, I will take it to the last mile.
Sure.
I will make sure say Mr. X get that man at that corner and I get that man at that village and I get and that's what you do. And actually that's where the money comes from. Because if somebody can easily access what you sell or what the products we didn't get, and then that person can make you money and in bottom line fast.
Sure.
So thank you so much for joining me in this. This has been an amazing conversation, life-changing conversation, of course.
you.
And you take your time out of your busy schedule, for being here and grace this my show. I want to say I really appreciate you. For always supporting me. And this is not the first time, actually, for people who don't know. You've been supporting me over the years. So we talk. So
we do.
I really appreciate this time. So you get any last words, like any tip, an advice, or something solid where you left people before you left with?
Well, I think, concerning which you asked me for talk about,
Yeah.
I've said quite a lot. Maybe me tip and advice or comments could be around which you do, right? I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
I feel honored to be here, to be part of your conversation, the conversation that you're trying to create.
Yes.
And offline, you also mentioned all the things that you're doing, which, call me up anytime.
Yes.
Because
For sure.
these stories need to be told.
Oh, yes.
And you're taking your time to do it. And I want to say thank you on behalf of everybody where they listen, for the effort and time we they put into RAM and the sacrifice itself we they put into RAM.
Yes.
And I go like for make listeners them, bookmark whatever it is and ensure say Tuesday,
Yes.
8 o'clock be, a feature
Yes.
that, that you calendar.
Yes.
So that's my final
Thank
words.
you so much for being here today. So, my family, if you're just joining me, we listen to Talk to M, the show where they bring to you and talk about all the social issues. And, as we get to month, Entrepreneurship Month, today we get Linford Macauley with me, and he's the CEO and founder of ACS. We don't talk about why businesses in the field, salon in the SL context, and also talk about the difference and distinction between the product industry and the service industry. And also, we talk extensively some of the challenges them and the sacrifices that we make, as an entrepreneur for making business grow. So just forgive you, just a recap, as you will take this home as the recap of what we discussed today. So we talk about some of the things and why businesses in the field. We mentioned skills, knowledge, experiences, and behavior. You need skills. You need for sabi in there. You don't just go into business blindly. And if you're not sabi, that's how mentorship come in. Talk to a mentor. Get somebody who understand business. We sabi the business. We don't do one for a number of years. Let that person be your consultant. Let that person talk to you. Not to let go do the work for you, but the person will do it for you, will guide you through the process. Get a mentor. Read books. Read about people and we don't do this thing before. Learn from people that we sabi pass you. Listen to audiobooks. Now access the audiobook access the na Amazon. Sign up for them instead of you go sign up for AudioMac or whatever it is. Sign up for audiobook and then tap into books them, powerful books them. Reach that power that like the kiosk guy. I mean, there are other powerful books that we can learn from. Tap into those books. Learn from people and we don't succeed in business. Learn from people that we even don't fail in business. So we do waiting then do, and that's exactly what we talk about. Decision making. Learn how to make tough decisions. Learn how to make the decisions way for make the business succeed or the business not crumble. So, and that's actually a skill for learn. And also educate yourself. Learn about how to manage the business. Go to small online course. Spend small money. Learn about it. How to manage business, specifically your business if you want. Everything is online. Everything is accessible. Be optimistic, but at the same time, depend on data. Let the data speak. Not be overwhelmed by the feel-good factor so you don't start a business and for make money. No. Start by getting a notebook, write everything down. Everything. Income, expenses, waiting at the stock, waiting to go out, waiting to come in. Take note of everything. Let the data speak for you. Not to the feel-good factors so I don't get customers. No. Let the data speak for you. And also, be wary of people. Learn for... It's not easy for trust people, but put systems and control systems in place for protect yourself from theft from inside and also theft from outside. Not say, me, I trust everybody around me. Not possible. I know put controls in place. No. Let the controls be there. And when the person can't see those controls, anybody who wants to fulfill those controls clearly is not part of your business and not they share your values. Let them go. Be mindful for make that decision there. Also, access to finance. Try to discover ways for get money, ways for make you get money for do what you want for do, for hire the best staff. Not say a sabi all thing. Not say, oh, me na the finance person, I mean the customer head of customer service, I mean the head of sales and distribution. No. Hire the people away, na they niche that, na that then land, na that then sabi. Then they can do that work for you. And make sure you get a forecast in place for make sure you pay them every month. Later tomorrow you can't afford them. And train them constantly so they will learn from their skills there. And I mean, like I say, if you do some of them things there, so you put like you do them, being you focus on them, your business will go, your business will succeed, and your business not will fail. You will avoid for fail. So we talk about a lot of things, about the consulting, Impact Milan Implant Consulting today, which is very good for me for for Sabi, and also waiting as ACS they do. Thank you for we took your time for listening to this show. Next week, 8 p.m. Tuesday, we get another wonderful session for you, and we go to give an example of people that really do business. At least the customer they will talk. They will talk to you, and we'll get a guest there. So we'll analyze any things in in place, and talk about the things in there, where to make them succeed and where to make them fail. So you will join me on radio 99.3. Thank you so much for joining us. You will join me on Facebook. We'll be the Watchery. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you next week as we will round up the conversation around entrepreneurship. Next month we'll go into something different. So if you want to know what we'll go into next month, join me next week as they talk about the last part of entrepreneurship. This now Talk to M, and I have been your host Mulko Sulaiman Bangura. Thank you, DJ Wonder, and thank you to the management of Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Stay tuned, and until next week, have a good night.
Where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough. I no get nothing for offer. So only party when